I'm Dr. Neon, and I'm the best kept secret in the industry.
Dr. Neon.
This is Dr. Neon.
Dr. Neon is that.
This is Dr. Neon.
Dr. Neon.
This is a 90 FXR Harley Davidson, totally customized. This is a Corbin Warbird body on this bike. So we call this bike Shiva because it's been reincarnated about 32 times. It's probably $1 million worth of on and off in its 15-year existence. I've had a lot of imitators who claim to, but there's only one originator. Everybody else is just a cheap fake. I made the first set of grips that lit up, the first neon shifter back in the early, 89, 90. A lot of real innovative things that other people have copied. And then this is my castle, and this is a Zen thing. At night I come down and I do a little bit at a time on it, and it's completely made out of sugar cubes. 38,000 sugar cubes. Well, these were all the little men that I made for the castle, cast them all. And over here is my planes, trains, and automobile room. I think I've got the collecting part down. Well, I'm sorry we couldn't do that ride because it's pouring rain. But we'll do the next best thing. I'll make some Louisiana-style gumbo. So I got some andalou sausage and some Cajun shrimp, and I'll make up some gumbo. I'm gonna throw this on and let's do some cooking. Pretty cool, huh? It's electric, My name is Bubba Epstein. I'm also known as Dr. Neon. I used to be a biker kind of dude, but the biking thing is long over, so. But when I went shopping, it's amazing. You go to the big houses like Costco, God bless them, I love them. Sam's Club, whatever. The 99-cent store has the same produce for 99 cents. I mean, I love that place. I couldn't live without it. I sure wish they would sponsor me. Anybody, I'm up for anything. But like I said, I was a biker dude. I fabricated motorcycles. Everybody in the world's used my stuff. Jesse James, the Orange County Choppers. I invent things and I make things. I made all my cutlery, my knives. This is an ulu I just made yesterday. This is a great chopper. I did all my prepping with this baby. Life without a microwave. What would life be? Nothing. You can cook absolutely incredible gourmet meals in a microwave. You don't have to be embarrassed. Snap-on approached me about 2 years ago if I'd be interested in doing some design work for them. So I started working on their toolbox division. Then they approached me last year and asked me if I'd be interested in building them an interactive car for Snap-on. And this is something they've never done. So I gave them the original designs and input on what it was, and this is where we came. They wanted, since it was the 50th anniversary of the Chevy, of the 57 Chevy. So originally they wanted a Chevy convertible. And then I said, you know, that doesn't lend itself to anything. Why don't we make it out of a Chevy tool wagon or a Chevy Nomad? So Snap-on said, fine, give us some ideas and some designs. And I just sketched up a couple things, and they put it through the process. And they called me up and they said, we love what you came up with, start building it. So then Snap-on sent, since I was a Snap-on fanatic, and that's how I got the gig in the first place, Snap-on sent me lots of new equipment to start doing the car build at our studio, which was then made into a web TV production. So they set up Ain't Street Legal, where you can go online and look at how we started building the car. Right online, you could like live video webcam, you could watch the episodes, you could watch the nexus of how I started, because we didn't start with a car, we started with just parts. We didn't take a 57 Nomad and take it apart. I went and got a shell, and all that shell was the roof, the front end, and the sides. And the sides were so destroyed that whoever had it, the guy had welded it up and beaded it. We ripped it all out. We started with new sheet metal on the sides and then built a frame and went around it from there. So instead of going with an old big block type of old school, I decided to go with something really high-tech and new school. So GM Performance stepped up to the plate and made us this beautiful LS7. This is the most state-of-the-art motor out there. This puts out normally about 550 horse. So instead of 550 horse, we said, let's take it up a notch. So we put on a Pro Charger, and so now we're about 900 horse. So we started making our frame so it would have a C5 chassis, so it's all independent suspension. With a torque tube that runs all the way through with the rear transmission. By Phoenix Transmission made us a custom transmission, and then Dynatech made us a custom rear end. So with the custom rear end, take all the torque and power, because it's a race car, and it was called Ain't Street Legal. There's no mirrors, there's no heater, there's no exhaust, there ain't no turn signals. This is an Ain't Street Legal race car. And we got Wink Eller to come on into the project with us, and I got my friend Pancho Clark, wherever Pancho's hiding. There he is. Pancho. That's the Pancho. Another famous metal sculptor, known all over the world for his knives and stuff, and a bender of metal. Between Wink's designs and my insane ideas, we started banging out and going to the factory and looking what we could actually make the car out of real parts. The A-arms are all completely made out of real Snap-on wrenches. All the trim is all made out of Snap-on wrenches. All the brackets, everything designed, all the internals are all made out of Snap-on wrenches, sockets, torque bars. We put a diagnostic in. We have a Solus and a Modus. So on the fly, all hooked into the engine, on the fly we can go in there and change the horsepower from 750 to 900 to 1,000 horse right with the program. So when I started doing the sketches up, since I was famous for my neon lighting, we decided we had to light it up. So we had contests, what the name would be, and someone came up with the name Glomad, because that came pretty good. So the car is completely lit with lights everywhere, so it gives it that effect. But all the decremental, everything that went into it from the factory, and working with a company where we now had tools that we normally wouldn't have used to build the car. Moon wrenches, S wrenches, straight wrenches. There are roughly 360 wrenches in the construction. Not decremental, actual parts of the car. They actually serve a purpose. Every one of them does something. The big 3-inch torque wrenches down the center frame hold the car so it doesn't have any flex. The A-arms, the control arms, everything was made out of wrenches and sockets. All hardened, and they're for real. It's not just ornamental. Then we put a toolbox in the back that has a widescreen TV, DVD, And so you could actually watch. So when the car was at a show, they could put in whatever they wanted you, the customer, to see what they wanted to see. So it was a totally interactive product. We went with all high performance parts, and we wanted to keep it within the 50s look, but all high tech. Well, Larry, I have this fascination for dragons. My nephew Damon and I made this, carved this dragon up, and this is our newest creation, and it's the triple dragon dagger bastard sword with an adamantine steel finish on it. Nice sharp knife. This knife is only $250.
Nah, get out of town, dog.
Well, maybe it should probably be $350, but call now and reserve your order.
Through September, $250, right?
$250. Probably when I do a time study on it, it'll probably be $700. But right now, as it stands, $250 takes this knife home.
Wow.
I know that's impossible.
Plus shipping.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Plus shipping. Always plus shipping.
Yes.
No free shipping here. Rolling. So these are my neon plug wires. There's no spark loss whatsoever. They work right off the coil, invented by Nikola Tesla, the greatest inventor of all time. He's the guy who made the gasoline engine work. When he invented the coil to ignite the gasoline, that's how it is. We're gonna go with this cherry red here and maybe clear and cherry red. That'll be a nice intermix on it. Yeah, I like that. That'll be good. Yeah. Awesome.
All right, so here we are with the panoramic view of the secret mountaintop laboratory of Dr. Neon. Yeah, that's the Glomad, right, Doc?
Yeah, this is the model that Snap-on had made for the thing. When you open the door, the lights come on. It all lights up just like it did in real life. It's an exact duplicate of what I built for them. All the detail of all the wrenches.
Wow, right down to the LS7.
Yep, and my spark plug wires, the whole 9 yards. The TV that opened up out of the back and everything. This was a lot of fun. Snap-on's such a great company. Good tools. And amazing.
The best.
Yeah. And that was the car that I built in North Carolina before I moved back here.
What we're looking at here, this...
That's a Ferris wheel they made on the plasma cutter, and then lined it in brass. It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I have a nice stand for it too. I gotta make. This was something that I whipped together in a day.
A day.
A day. I have a whole series of these dragon claws, because my theme is Year of the Dragon this year. So I've been making nothing but dragon jewelry.
Yeah, dragon jewelry, huh?
Everything dragon. Skulls and dragons. Those are the... Can't get the biker out of me,
Yeah, well. So you are the handmade craftsman. Everything you do is pretty much of your labor.
Yeah,
We're looking at Dr. Neon's masterwork. His medieval castle.
I've been working on it for 15 years.
Really?
Yeah. And I just moved it from North Carolina. I built this is my third castle. And I just moved this one, when I moved back to Laguna. I just moved this. It all comes apart. Everything is in pieces.
Wow.
So some of it got damaged, but it was fun putting it back together because the original, so I made some new crossbows and...
That's quite a tower you got there, Doc.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that tower's awesome. I've been painting the Vikings. We'll go look at them in a minute. I made it out of Home Depot paint sticks. Thank you, Home Depot. One of my proud sponsors, Home Depot. You know, my corporate list reads really quite well, you know, from Snap-on to Hewlett-Packard to Disney, and, you know, so God bless them all, and thank you. So we're going to fire a spear and see where it goes. Bam! All right!
Cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And every door gets cold. Yeah, see, these are just paint sticks that I cut up. And then I cut up tons of wood. I mean, but it's nice. It's a nice firm wood. And, you know, here's your gate and your attack tower, and then I'm going to build some sides up on it.
So anybody who's a medieval fan who needs little warriors and
Yeah, make your own. I'll make copies of them for you. You know, we make your own soldiers. All my soldiers are lead-free pewter, so they're safe to put, you know, all of these crenellations and designs. These are pewter and sprayed, glued on, and then sprayed, because you can't make them in sugar, you know.
all right.
And the attack towers and all the great stuff, you know. And then I'm still working on the base. Then over here are some of my, you know, trains that I've been building and working on. You know, I make
Well,
toy trains.
this is the trains, planes, and
Trains,
automobiles.
planes, and
automobile
automobiles.
room.
And I haven't gotten anything organized. So I make all this stuff, and it's just driving me nuts. Larry, I've been working 24/7 on getting stuff ready for the Sawdust Festival.
Well, I can tell you got all kinds of stuff here.
Been up till 4 in the morning coming up with all sorts of new clever stuff. This is my latest and greatest right here.
All right, let me zoom in on that. Wow, that's pretty slick there, Doc.
Cast that in one piece with a saw.
Wow, let me see the butt of that.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow, how do you get that color?
Well, that's copper finish on. I built that up from a number of different metal dyes.
And that's cast in pewter?
Yeah, that's cast in pewter, so it gives it a really nice weight. That
And-
blade, of course, is carbon steel.
Nice. Nice look, Doc.
Yeah.
So what else is new?
Let's see. My gear people are new. These two new dragons. We've
And
just been cranking away.
those Ulus look pretty cool.
Ulus are very cool.
Okay, so your Ulus, they're a kitchen utensil, right?
Yes, they are.
Made for chopping.
Chopping, cutting, scraping, you know. You never know when you're going to go to a seal hunt. You know, a new fashionable, you know, for all my Greenpeace friends.
Engineers, we get your,
I see that.
your
I
blood
see
sugar
that.
going up. We thought about what would be, you know.
I see that. That's very oriental. It's not for Larry. Larry?
No, seriously. Gives you more control than you have. It really does. I know they say like real quick when it's it's just like my ex-wife. It's Tamara, Scottish girl. Louise. I don't know, I've never seen her. didn't really know. I didn't even go on. We sat way in the back of the pageant, we just drank tea. Most of the time, did our obligatory walk arounds, smoking
This finish is just so incredible to work with. Blade steel.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna catch the drum. I can't get up there.
No more choices. Nobody's going swimming today. More choices for the boys to be calmer, more separation. I don't know. That's what I think. Whatever you want to do, I'll do what you want me to. If you do it, who knows?
I don't see it, Mike. Do you see it?
I wasn't looking for it.
I made 2 of them. Both of them. I'll have to ask her. God, that was a great ring. I never even got to. They were big rings. They were on a stand like this. And the one, it's not here anymore.
Is this supposed to be an instrument?
Have you walked around the show, Larry?
I'm here at the Stardust Festival where it's nice and quiet.
Price of silver, and this works a lot easier than silver. It's a computer, it's tinted silver. Really nice stuff to work with. No, come you buy it, bars, it's sold just like sterling silver. $500 gets you 3 bars of it. That's it. 500 for $500. So you're- Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
And I would take half of what's here off.
You never know what they'll want.
I think the big knowledge part there on huge stuff, like columns that are like tight on the 12, or maybe something tighter.
Well, if mankind's a million, after a nuclear holocaust, would nature eat it all? Because the earth is nothing but live fungus. So everything gets eaten up. The food that comes in the tsunami, it pulls back and they can see the chemicals that are out in the water. can keep the secret if one's dead.
Pretty much.
One of the hits I've seen a lot of people here at the show checking out is your little cowboy. Wow, you got a cowgirl now.
Well, yeah, I got a cowgirl. Too.
I didn't see that. That wasn't here last time I was
Well,
here.
she's a little. She's been.
Kind of Wonder Woman-esque.
Yeah. Well, she's chap-cheeked.
Yeah. So
Rawhide and
tell us,
chap-cheeked.
tell us about the.
Well, these are the Poncho cowboys. Poncho, as you know, is my partner and left-hand man. And Poncho and I make these. I make the cowboy. Poncho makes the lariat, and we put them together. And they're cut on my personal avocado trees out on the hacienda. And we mount them to beautiful mounted wood, and they're only $35 plus UPS shipping and handling.
$35. That seems pretty cheap. And these are
I think
again
it's way too cheap. You know, they should be at least $55.
and these are all culinary pewter as well, right?
Absolutely. But Poncho makes the best cowboys in the world.
Poncho's the poncho.
Of course, this is my newest one that I just made. Is Poncho on a horse.
Giddy up.
Yeah, Poncho on a horse. It is giddy up. Now, there's no batteries in this. It just works off the wind. It's all a matter of balance. Nothing more than balance.
Renewables.
Absolutely. Renewable energy costs you nothing to run them.
And
People come to me and they go, there's a motor. They're explaining to the... I had one guy storm off yesterday because I hurt his feelings. Well...
You hurt somebody's
I can't believe I hurt somebody's feelings.
No.
I don't get it, you know? I just don't understand. He's telling his girlfriend it's piezoelectricity with a minute nanotechnology. It ain't nothing but balance and wind. A West thing.
Well, you know, when it comes to hot air, Doc.
Oh, well, hot air. They really blow with hot air. Dr. Neon here. A lot of people ask me, how do you make this stuff? There's so much. How do you do it? Well, we're in the metal shop. We have everything divided up in my shop. Everything is divided up. This is my plasma table. This is what I program and cut all my repetitive art out of. I do everything on a computer and then it cuts it out. This over here is a hand-cut plasma machine for hand-cutting plasma. And over here is our pounding table for rounding the fish, and the sanders. Now these are all different various grinders that I use, thousands of different kinds of grinders. So instead of me stopping to change bits, I just have 20 different grinders. And over here, this is my water-cooled TIG. Now I prefer TIG welding because it's a cleaner and it's more precise and it's more art-like. This is a water-cooled machine. This is a TIG welder. This is a TIG MIG welder. This does both TIGging and MIGging and aluminum.
Wow.
That's a little TIG welder, a little MIG welder. And then over there is a little tiny TIG that I use for making my toy airplane, stainless steel. And that there next to it is called a planishing hammer. This is a brake for making bends. You stick your metal in there and you bend it. This is a sandblaster, so we can sandblast our pieces when we're done. Drill press.
And this is the control,
And
the
then this is
electronic
my-
control for
right,
the
that's the controller that I do everything
for the
on
for the
cut it.
tracker
And
plasma.
over here, this is a 3-tank torch, and it actually puts out flux so that my bronze flows beautifully onto my steel. And I sit here and on these little things, and this is where I put all the bronze rod on everything. And then these are all the various tools that I use for attaching stuff. All right.
And this is just one of 5 different
This is
shops.
This is gonna be.
All right, so this is the conch that we're started to cut out, and then the machine has done its job.
That's funny, you say conch, I say conch salad, not conch salad.
Oh well.
So, right now it's kind of
one-dimensional. It's flat. Alright. Now this is a leather bag full of BBs. BB! BB! These are nylon hammers. They're curved so I can get my patterns to what I want it to do. I want no bald-headed woman. She give me love, Lord. She give me love. I want no bald-headed woman. Give love, Lord. She give me love. No bald-headed woman. Give me love, Lord. Give me love. No bald-headed woman. Love, Lord, give me love. So,
And there we are.
now that's starting to take shape. Now we're going to come back in. Now you can't go too deep because it's going to hang on a wall. So, for it to hang on a wall, I cut these tabs out of scrap, out of when from the stuff that's on the table. And I come over here and I put it down. And this is a spot welder.
Yeah.
And it welds a tiny little spot. I can't imagine hanging on any other way but that. Yeah. So. Now you can heat it up, but that kind of takes the color out since we're grinding. Well, that's hot right there. Let me tell you, I felt that.
What, from the spot weld?
Oh yeah. Your hand always goes. Your hand always goes for the hottest spot.
Yeah, sure.
So at the end of the day, I can't lift this hand to do anything. I'm doing 10, 15 different fish. For my museum collection here. My Metaquarium. So there it is. Now we're going to grind it, put a ground finish on it, and then we'll put our pink and white solvents. But I like that a lot. Now if I made 2 of these, I could make the backpack for Captain Nemo.
Yeah, right.
And the Nautilus. And somebody built a model Nautilus ship. I would like to make myself a Nautilus. Or Robespierre's, all of Jules Verne stuff, steampunk. I like steampunk. Alright.
And cut.
This is Bentley. It's
Yeah.
amazing. He just lies in this shit. He don't bother him at all.
It's fine hood.
Nuts, bolts, you gotta have everything.
Yep.
Now over here, this is a press. People always ask me, how do you do that? You must buy that stuff. This is a flat circle I cut out all my scrap. I put it in this die, and I come up here. I wouldn't want to get my hand caught in there. We're making cars. That's basically how we dome right there. Then we'll weld around it. And boom, done. This is my lathe. It's older than me, and it's also from Chicago. This is where I do all my machine tooling and everything for all the parts and
Usually you use a lathe for when you're building other machines. That's what I use that for. This is my mill. This is where I cut and mill, you know, another machine tool. Right now it's set up to cut tubing for that project I'm working on over there. This is my English wheel. Sometimes they're called French wheels. It's hard to say who really developed it. Probably the French, but the English certainly have done well with it. And that's for contouring metal shapes. You run the metal through here on the beads, and that's how that works. The big body parts. Keep your fingers out of it. These are all various metal cutting tools: shears, notch cutters, presses, saws. This is a new machine I just got, new for me. New for me. This is a roller. This is a roller, and it rolls. I'm making my own jewelry flasks because I lost all my stainless steel flasks, so I got some stainless, and I use it for art. I do curves. I do all sorts of panels and stuff with it. It's a heavy puppy. But this is called a slip roller, and it comes apart and you slip in your metal, and you can do curves. That machine over there does fancy little bends on wrought iron. This machine over here is called a slitter. And what it is it cuts metal in strips. About 2 feet is about as wide as you can cut. But when you don't have a big shear, this really comes in handy. And over here, the machine behind it is a tube bender for bending tube. And this machine over here is a crimper and roller. And it embosses metal and puts styles into it. These are various buffers.
Bulldog.
Yeah. Now that yellow airline needs to be set up with new. Here's my chainsaw that I do my massacring with.
Nice.
This is my wood shop. This is where I do all my woodworking and fabrication of everything that I make in wood.
Geez, Doc, there's a ton of bits and tools.
Oh, I have way too much. Here's my toy train set up here hanging.
You got
that together here because I had no room for my outdoor train. So these are all my chop saws and screws and planers and lathes and wood lathes and sanders, and here's some Elkhorn.
So heck, you can cut a 20-foot piece of.
Well, look at this piece of oak right here that we're cutting. I mean, we just got done trimming that up for making some doors. And then that's all my batteries back there, and then all those red boxes.
And this is an Elkhorn for the knife.
I'm not going to cut that up. It's such a nice piece. I'm going to use it as a display. What do you think?
It is a nice piece.
Yeah, it's a nice piece. Usually I use little smaller pieces for that stuff. And then this is my electronics bench. And all my power tools are stored over here in these bins. We have 10 of everything. I do all my electronics, my oscilloscopes and everything. Somebody left that soldering iron on. I'd throw that away. And then over here, I'm working on knives. And we're making sheaths for all our knives. And there's some fish that I just got done cutting out. And here's a koi. Look how pretty that is, huh?
That's what Kelly was working on.
Yeah, Kelly was helping me with that. And then we're sewing all these leather sheaths for all the knives. I bought a new sewing machine over here. This is my bandsaws and jigsaws and clamps and things for cutting. Here you go.
All right, and where are we now, Doc?
Now we're in my jewelry shipping and handling and lapidary and foundry and my glass. This is a glass kiln over here that I do slump glass with. This is my new.
That's the new.
My new
sewing machine you were telling me
Sews
about.
up to 7/8 of an inch. So we're making all our own sheaths, because we make all our own knives.
And that's how we do that. And then this is my casting machine, and this is how I cast all the pieces. So when I make a rubber mold and I carve it out of Scopi, and I then embed it right into the blade, right into the mold, and cast the metal right around it. So these are all, every one of these, they look like film canisters. Every one of these is a mold of something that I've made. And these are my presses for my leather stamping and stuff. And these are my old wax molds for doing hard casting. This is for silver and gold. This is a wax injector. This is a small vulcanizer for making your little wax molds. This is my
Jewelry
pewter
bench.
bench. This is my fine silver jewelry bench. Over here is my melting. There's my melting furnace. Over here is this machine. Over here is a casting machine for debubbleizing and vacuum casting. And my kiln is here on the floor because we're not casting anything hard today. And then there's my buffer. And that green machine over there is my polisher, and that's how I polish everything. Because you can't hand polish anything. I mean, the stuff we make is just too much.
And this sucker is noisy.
Yeah, it's real noisy, so we tend to run it only at night.
Yeah, neighbors love it.
Yeah, and it's filled with ceramic bits, and they polish.
Knife? Is that what that is?
And I think that is a knife. Why, yes, it is. This is a new knife I just made. I really like that, though.
Yeah, Kelly was showing me those.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Nice little pocket knife. And then there's all my marbles for all the stuff I stuff into stuff. And then over here is my lapidary. So I try and grind all my own stones. Grinding marbles, grinding all sorts.
How do you find time to do it all?
I don't know. I don't sleep. There's my lapidary machine, and then this is my glass seamer, which I use for everything. And this is plating solution for doing gold plating and silver plating, rhodium plating. I do plating because some people want that kind of finish. And these are my neon spark plug wires that I make.
Shipping department.
Get over to the neon shop yet. And then this is a magnetic polishing machine I made. It's pretty cool. It's a magnet spin and this little steel shot. And it just turns everything. Very cool machine. And then this is leather and all my leather cutting stuff. Leather tools and stamps and more pewter, and it's just crazy here,
So
And then
what
we
is it you
ran
can't
more
do besides nuclear physics?
Well, I have a minor in nuclear physics. I do cold fusion all the time. Then there's UV, and then I got 2 more storage lockers there. This is where we finish our fish out here.
Yeah, all these art pieces are hand finished, right?
Yeah. This is a flounder. You remember Bullwinkle and the flounder?
Yeah, lobster and then they flounder.
Yeah, no. Fan mail, some flounder.
Yeah.
Again? Nothing but sleeve. Presto.
You do that well.
Hey. So
these are dyes and tints.
they're patinas. They're actual acids and patinas and
Solvents.
things. And solvents and stuff. And we're putting on, this like a flounder blends, and Kelly's got a chart we printed up of how the fish, what they're supposed to, all
Look
the
like.
different colors. And that's enough of that. And then before it gets too hot, I'm starting to make more knives, and this is my forging area, and this is my little furnace, and right here are some chain knives I'm making. This is motorcycle chain, Harley chain. And I weld it up and I heat it up, and then I come up to this machine here, 1895, and it pounds. It's my hammer because I'm getting too old. The hand pounding.
Sure enough, power hammer.
Hammers, it's power hammer, and it does all my thing. This is an old table. This thing weighs about 30 tons. It came out of a Navy ship here down from San Diego. Slide your finger right there, would you please?
What are we doing here?
Take a chain here and we're going to compress the whole chain down into a knife blade. Over here we got the board, we got one cooking right now. Here's inside.